Hey all, welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, and today Mokuba got released as he is running around the duel world right now. We can duel him level 30 and 40 for some awesome rewards. So I quickly jumped on this morning. I actually had a doctor's appointment, so this is why this video is coming out pretty late in the day. I'm sorry for that. But he got released. I quickly built an Unhappy Girl deck that suited him, and I newly added my own Union attack, because I finally have gotten one Union attack from Yugi from the last time Yugi was available. So why don't we jump right into the farm deck? No need to delay this any longer than I already have. So this is the one with Union attack. So I also have a build that does not include Union attack for everybody who wasn't as fortunate as I was to finally have gotten one. So this deck is fairly similar to most Union attack decks that use the Unhappy Girl engine. So first off, we have the Gravekeeper's Vassal. This is a main difference from my other farm videos. So this one, actually, so how it works is if this card attacks your opponent and inflicts battle damage to your opponent, it's treated as effect damage instead. That gives you an extra 1,000 dual reward points when you only inflict effect damage to your opponent. So that's why we use him. That's how you get this farm to 8,000 dual points. And then we also have the Unhappy Girls. The Unhappy Girls we run at 3. And while this card is face up in attack position on the field, this card cannot be restored as a result of battle. So you attack your opponent with the Unhappy Girl using Teia's Holy Guard ability. Holy Guard prevents you from taking damage during your turn from battles. So the Unhappy Girl attacks, and then that makes it so your opponent's monster cannot change its battle position or attack. So you just clog up their field with their monsters to keep summoning it out, and they will not actually attack the Unhappy Girl unless they're able to do lethal to you. Which is why I put 2 Diane Keto the Cure Masters. Now this card heals you by 1,000 points. Now this is so you can keep your life points high enough, because I added this card solely for the fact that I want this to be almost 100% farm. So adding a little bit of healing to you is very good. I chose this over the Supremacy Berries, because Supremacy Berries may not work, as he may be the same life points as you, and you want to up your life points. Because he has Flute of Summoning Dragon and Lord of Dragons in this deck, so we could possibly bring out 2 monsters that could possibly do lethal damage to you turn 1. So that's why I have this card in here, just to add to the consistency of this farm, help you keep alive in case some of those random circumstances come up. Then I also have, for searching out the Unhappy Girl, I have 3 Raimis. Now this card, when it's destroyed by battle, searches your Unhappy Girl, searches any level 2 or lower light monster, so that's pretty awesome, adds it right to your hand. Then we also have 3 Crystal Seers. Now, Crystal Seer is an awesome draw card. Now, what this also does, it allows you to excavate the top 2 cards of your deck, add one of them, and then place the other one on the bottom. So you do this, so you make sure that your 2 trap cards don't end up on the bottom of your deck. Once you have secured that not one of your trap cards are face down, then I wouldn't use any more Crystal Seers. I wouldn't use any more Raimis, because you basically just want to make sure that the trap cards are not at the bottom of your deck, so you don't draw either one of them last turn and mess up the entire farm. So basically, the 2 trap cards we have a Trap Jammer. This is 100% crucial. If you don't include one of these, your farm will fail 99% of the time. So Trap Jammer or 7 Tools of the Bandit, your choice if you don't have a Trap Jammer. So Trap Jammer, when your opponent activates a trap card during the battle phase, negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. Now Mokuba has a negate attack, a trap card that ends the battle phase. So when you go for lethal with your Vassal, he will be able to stop that with negate attack if you don't stop that with your Trap Jammer. Also, we have 1 Spell Reclaimation. Now this card is only necessary if you have a single Union attack. If you have 2 Union attacks, you don't need this card. You don't have to worry about it. You just add in 2 Union attacks. So basically, Spell Reclamation, you have to discard a card. So I usually discard a Raimi or a Crystal Seer. That's pretty much all that you would have to discard. That's all you should discard. And then chain this to the spell card you activated. Whenever that spell card is sent to the graveyard, return it to your hand. So that allows you to return Union attack back to your hand and use it again. So it's like you had 2 Union attacks. That's very key. That's how you make this farm work to get you the 8,000. You need to use Union attack twice to get your Vassal to over 10,000 points. Also, you have to have your Blue Eyes ultimate on the field and an Unhappy Girl on the field and your Vassal. So The Blue Eyes ultimate will send over 9,000 points, 2 times for the Union because it's at 4,500. But that's not enough because Vassal only has 700 attack. So you have to add up the 400 twice for the Unhappy Girl to add up that total 10,000 plus damage. And then lastly, just make sure before you do any of that last turn, you just use Secret Pass to the treasures on your Vassal because it is below 1,000 attack. This card allows you to attack directly that turn. So that's super key as well. And of course, Polymerization and the Blue Eyes are just in there for the Tribute summons and the Fusion summons, and because, you know, Blue Eyes Right Dragon right here is a prismatic for me. So that is the level 40 farm for Mokuba with Union Attack. Now let me show you the version without Union Attack. Alright, and here we go. Here is the one without Union Attack. So instead of putting in Vassal, you can put in Piranha Army. Now this card inflicts double damage when it attacks, so you only have to send over Blue Eyes White Dragon's attack once. You use Gift of the Martyr to send over his attack, and everything about the farm is exactly the same, except you have one extra spot, so I just tossed in a Shard of Greed. That'll just allow you to draw some cards a little bit faster, make the farm a little bit faster, and overall, you could toss in any one card you want there to make things more consistent. I would maybe toss in a third Diane Keto Cure Master. I just toss in a Shard of Greed because I'm impatient. Diane Keto the Cure Master, a third copy of that would add more consistency to the deck, but it is not required. Honestly, you could swap out 2 Diane Keto Cure Masters for 2 Shards of Greed if you want to live life a little bit on the edge. So there you guys have it. Those are my level 40 farms, but you might be wondering, how do you farm level 30? Well, you can use these decks right here. You can choose to just edit the deck ever so slightly. So a level 30 farm possibility, you just don't need Trap Jammer. You don't have to worry about any of the farm being disabled due to a trap card, so you don't need to have to worry about Trap Jammer. Other than that, it plays out exactly the same as both of these work. But a better farm for him that guarantees 8,000, that's a little bit faster, is using the Labyrinth Builder ability with the Paradox Brothers, using one of their farms. So I don't have the Labyrinth Builder, so I can't show you any of that. But alright, so here's an example of what that could be, a level 30 farm that uses the Holy Guard ability. So I just tossed in 2 Wild Tornadoes. Now this is to destroy his equip spell, Ritual Weapon. So Ritual Weapon adds 1,500 points to his hamburger, which can kind of make things challenging. So I just added the Wild Tornado to make sure he doesn't climb too high, and possibility of having him get to 5,000, which could possibly kill you. So instead, I have Diane Keto the Cure Master at 1 and Shard of Greed because he also has Preparation of Rites, which allows him to search. So I have Shard of Greed just to make sure that I don't deck out before he does. And that way, this farm works for level 30 if you want to use that as well. This is the non-Fusion version. If you want to sub it out, just take out Piranha Army and Gift of the Martyr. And then I would also take out the Shard of Greed, or maybe 1 Raimi for your Vassal, for your Union Attack, and for your Spell Reclamation, just like the other deck. But this is just an example of what you could do to edit either one of those decks to make it more compatible for the level 30 Mokuba. Alright, with that, let's get into the actual video gameplay of me farming Mokuba so you can see how I did it. So first off, I'm going to show you the one with Union Attack, and then I'm going to show you the one without Union Attack. So the first one will guarantee you 8,000 if you do it correctly, and the second one will guarantee you 7,000 plus if you do it correctly. There is a way, if you wanted to add in a couple more cards and sub out some cards that I don't really fiddle with, in order to get your life points below 500. If you can get your life points to 100, then you're actually able to get that farm up to 8,000. But right now, I'm only able to get the 7,000 plus, which is good enough for me. But I'll catch you guys at the end of the video and we can discuss what I thought of it. So there you guys have it. 2 successful Mokuba farms. I'm pretty happy with that. Actually, the first Mokuba I saw was level 40. And the second one was level 40. And the third one I just fought just recently. I was at the doctor's office this entire time. Was level 30. And I actually wasn't able to record the final one against the level 30 because I had ran out of space on my phone. I know, what a scrub. But it's okay. It's exactly the same. It doesn't heed as many results, but I still recommend you farm the level 30 versions of these guys when they're in the dual world because it is worth it. Can you guys believe the second one I got though? I got 2 super rare rewards. Well, actually a super rare and an ultra rare reward. So that's pretty insane. I can't believe I was that lucky with that. Maybe they upped the actual rewards, maybe. Hopefully. But obviously the first reward set was not that great. But the second one, that does make me pretty happy. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I can do my best to answer and help you out in any way I can. So, hope you enjoyed. Hope to catch you in the next one. And as always, best luck with this. Good luck. Hope you get some awesome rewards. Peace.